podcast, still a basketball phenomenon.
Welcome to the Jordan Leer program. You're the first official guest I've had. What's up, dude? Give it up for my guest, Callahan Welsh. We're on two screens. This is better than the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, we'll collaborate it together.
Fuck yeah. So, Callahan Welsh, I've known you for, I've only known you for like about the past year.
Year plus.
But we've both been around
Yeah.
for the past, you've been here
I got here
6 years?
January 1st, 2017 to North Hollywood, Los Angeles, California.
Okay. 2017?
Yep.
Before there, where were you doing stand-up at?
I was over in North Hollywood. I was over in North Carolina.
I paid my dues up in NoHo at the Haha, and then I decided to move to LA.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Well, no, I mean, originally I started with Chino LaForge's Power Up Comedy in
Okay.
Maui, Hawaii.
Okay.
And
I didn't know you guys knew each other back then.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Makes sense.
Him and his program are the reason why I got into this, so...
You're fucking great, man. You're
No,
wicked.
I steal jokes. I'm very
I don't care if
happy.
you steal.
You gotta. You
Nah.
cannot book people that steal jokes from hardworking individuals
Nah.
that write. And although I may look like I write, I just don't, and I steal from Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I always talk with Rishi. We talk about you. We're like, he's like mastered stand-up in every way. No, for real, bro. Because
I haven't even started.
No, yeah, but dude, you do a lot of crowd work and shit. But you have a lot of bits too, and people don't realize that because it's so you're like just ready for anything at any moment.
I try to be.
You're like
just like all of you guys. I mean, you got to be
yeah.
quick-witted when you're dealing with crowd work. Or
Yeah.
just having fun with them, to say the least.
But you like do the Bruce Lee thing, like where you got to know the way of all ways. Shit, you know? I dig that.
I think I just got like five fun jokes in my back pocket that probably been. I think most of them. I like the whole like thank you mom or thank you dad. You put them on the spot. They're not obviously your relatives, so that's the joke.
Yeah.
And when I say it in a stern voice, I think that's where some of the magic happens. If I'm understanding this public speaking thing called stand-up comedy correctly. Can you hear me? Check 1 2.
Oh yeah, you're
Okay.
loud and clear. This is the first, dude. I got that mic in the mail today. This is the first time we're doing legit shit.
That's good.
I told cable viewer, I was like, I'm gonna buy some mics for the cable show, and he's like, what's the point? And I'm like, all right, I'll start my own podcast. Then you fucking idiot, fucking idiot. Well,
No, and you know, actually, honestly, on that subject, I wanted to do your guys' podcast. I wouldn't mind having fun. It was just never, the times didn't match up with, you know, I got my life too, and everybody's got their life. So I know I should have made time, but no, I'd still be on his podcast.
No.
I mean,
this is the one. This is the one.
Okay. I honestly, though, I don't think anybody cares what I have to say because I don't have anything special or unique to share.
Yeah.
Granted, I come from Maui, which is cool. And Willie, Simon, Chino Forge,
Yeah.
we're very fortunate to come from there and here. And comedy comes in threes. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what a cool story could be told someday to whoever cares. But that's the problem is I got nothing important to say, honestly. Right now at the level I'm at and 6 years in,
I got you. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't even like talking to comics about comedy that much on my
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, okay.
I have an old podcast I used to do back in the day
yeah, okay.
called Kicked in the Effing Face, it was called. And I'm reintroducing it. You're the first one. This is the Kicked in the Effing Face segment, okay?
Oh, God.
We're just going to talk about fighting, okay? We're going to talk about fighting.
Fighting, my number one fear.
I know,
Besides-
okay. Well, what's your background? What's your martial arts experience?
My martial arts experience. I used to take Tung Sudo. It's a Korean style martial arts.
Oh, okay.
I
Never
took
heard of
it-
this.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's obviously not that popular or probably good.
Yeah.
Uh,
How old were you when you took that?
so we started, I think I was 7 or 8.
Okay.
And my 2 younger brothers, and we used to go to Master Holland's Tung Sudo in Wailuku, Maui, Hawaii.
Fuck, so that was your dojo.
Yeah, that was the dojo we trained, and we would get because my mom we lived 45 minutes away on the island,
Okay.
so it was hard for her to be able to drive all the way to town and take us. So when she took us on the weekends, we basically would get private lessons.
We should interview one of these guys, ask them about their fighting
You're
experience.
interviewing me right now?
They want it. These construction guys walking by us. They're like,
would've been
these
cool.
goddamn comics are collecting unemployment. These sons of fucking bitches. I get it. I'm a bum. Dude, so Korean. Is there a lot of Koreans in Hawaii?
There's a handful.
Okay. I don't know. I've
Handful.
never been.
That's 5 people. No, it's got a very beautiful influence
Okay.
amongst the islands of Korean background and heritage.
Fuck yeah.
So Koreans are awesome. I love and every race, every culture I respect. I do love. I appreciate. It's different.
So
And-
this thing, was it like a striking thing mostly? Or like it was any
So
grappling
Tungsido,
involved?
I think, was more defensive style martial arts. And you would go into the whole like, ha, ha.
Okay.
You had your little test for the next belt.
Yeah, what's that called? They call it in Taekwondo. What is that called? Where you walk through the movements?
Yeah, I can't remember the.
You do that thing. So it's very Taekwondo-y.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
Hey,
What's up?
there you go.
Yeah. I don't think the audio picked it up, but the construction guy said something funny about getting some pussy. Getting some pussy. Fuck yeah. Jeez. One of them is probably a woman. They're just like dressed in
One
so
of them
much shit.
could probably be a comedian.
Any of them are definitely way funnier than people that line up here on Mondays. What else did you do? You any other experience after that? A little training, a little formal?
Yeah, so took Tungsido for maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And then just growing up in Hawaii as a haole boy, you get picked on and tested.
Ooh, fights. Okay.
Yeah, a couple scraps here and there.
How old were you in the first scrap?
Can't really call my brothers scrapping, but
that's for real. That's for real. Yeah.
No, more like with the local guys that would try and test me and pick on me. Probably 10 or 11 when I was in Kalama Intermediate.
Okay, Kalama.
This one guy,
This is going deep. Was it an ongoing thing?
No. I mean, it's nothing special. Sometimes you get picked on. Sometimes you get your ass beat. Sometimes you win the fight. And
so you guys went back and forth with this one dude.
No. He basically just punched me and got me in a headlock. And of course, the other kids are like, "Oh, fight!" And then they leave. And then they got the teachers come and they break it up. I'm over there crying and
Oh yeah.
like, "What the fuck, man? You know what I do to you?" And it's just, if they see you're weak, they're gonna pick on you. So another guy, I was making fun of him because he was a tall guy, and so during one of the classes that you switch in between periods, he pushed me from behind without me knowing. So I turned around and I kicked him in the stomach, and then it was such a stupid, because it was the whole karate style kick.
So you were using what you knew.
Yeah, I did.
That's
I
fucking
did.
badass.
I got ready afterwards, and that's what you do in a fight. You got to tense up,
Yeah.
but you also got to be smooth. So it was just something that it naturally took over. Then of course high school, you got your okay, we'll meet after school over this side or over that side.
Shit,
And
you
it's
got in
just like,
fights, man.
yeah, but I've had my ass handed to me more times than I've won fights.
Sure.
But I've always stood up. Was the one thing I couldn't handle, is backing down.
Right. Yeah, that makes you
So-
feel worse because then you just think about it for the rest of
Right,
your life.
Right. And it sucks, and not every fight's worth fighting, so I've had to be the bigger man and bitch out or whatever. But so after high school, I was just tired of it, and that's why one of the reasons I joined the Marine Corps was to learn how to properly defend myself at all costs if I had to go that far.
Gotcha.
And being trained in the Marine Corps, it's just is it picking me up, or do you
No,
want me
it is.
closer? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, you're
All
picking
right.
up fine. I'm just keeping a little video going.
Okay.
My video, it
Nobody
doesn't
cares
even
about
matter.
this.
It's a little added. Add some
Yeah.
clips.
Yeah. No, this is cool, because then I can ask for clips and send back and forth.
This is
And these are the times you and I and Rishi and Chino, Willie and Mikey McKernan and
Boys.
Fonto and Nicole and Mike, all these guys that granted it's a big scene and we learn and meet a lot of good friends because based on respect for each other,
For sure.
who are doing this. It's like 200 employees that go to different places to go train, and but it's our generation.
Yeah. Our
in
class.
a way, our class. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I respect it
Yeah.
and I appreciate it because if nothing more, and I was just telling Dan Green about like, I'm okay with knowing that someday maybe I won't make it. Maybe the right booker won't see that I'm worthy of, hey, Callan, you got 30 minutes to make the people laugh up there.
Yeah.
Can I do it? Right now, no. I'm 6 years in.
You
I'm
can
not-
do this,
I'm not
bro.
confident. No.
I'm so sorry. I was looking at these names because a lot of these names on this wall, I started out with some of these names, and I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, come on, bro. And you know it, and we all know it. And it ain't who's capable. It's just who got their fucking name up, bro.
You know, to get the name on the wall would be an honor for sure.
Yeah, it'd be sick. It's all I ever wanted, but I do think it's a bunch of hunk of bullshit, too.
But so that now goes into the credibility.
Yeah.
And not to change subjects from what you were
It's
asking.
fine.
We'll get
We
back to
can
it,
we can
but
divert. I don't care.
just the
Comedy's about fighting. You got to
and
fight
we
for
have
everything.
to fight our way mentally
Yeah.
through the crowd's approval of
Yeah.
strangers in order to get the attention of the booker to be like, look, I like you. I like what you got. You're
For sure.
professional and how your character is. I'd like to book you more often. Cool. That's the next goal we're all trying to attain. So, and I think it's very much an attainable goal. I just wonder if how many people got the grind and the grit and the charisma to stick with it. How many people are going back home?
Yeah.
They're going to get comfortable, and it might sink in of them like saying, you know what, I'm just not into it or can't afford to come back out here.
Yeah, I
That's-
think
finances are a big ordeal.
especially a lot of people that are new. And when I say new, like 3 or 4 years in. So I think it's going to be hard for some people to come back to starting stand-up comedy again.
I think at least
You know?
3 or 4 people I know, 3 to 4, will not come back.
For sure. Same,
But
bro.
It would be cool if everybody came back
I want him back. It's a
and-
good hang.
and tried to do it, and just not to give up. Don't
Yeah.
let this coronavirus.
This Roni. I've been having more fun than ever at stand-up, dude. I don't know. We went out to Thousand Oaks the other night. That was fucking fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm honestly having more fun than ever at open mics. I love it. I love it.
Well, I'm glad you are, because everybody else, no.
So you did stand-up the other night, but you took like 3 months off, huh?
6,
So you took 6 months. You just haven't.
half a year.
That's good though.
Yeah, but because I got the props. So people enjoyed, and then me going up and then going, because I'm all scared, going
Yeah.
to the top of the roof of my truck.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just set up and pretend with a
Yeah.
microphone mic. And then for shits and giggles, calling out Michelle, so she knew not to do the condom thing, because I'm like, fuck, I've never seen anybody else do that, taking time after time. So, but anyways, not to digress.
Fights.
As far as fights, I've had my share. Of course, I don't care to do that.
Yeah.
I don't
Fighting is
believe
bad.
in that hurting somebody and then paying doctor bills. And especially
Yeah.
now, the way I've been trained, I'm still not the baddest student. I don't go out looking for fights. If
Yeah.
anything, I do everything I can to help stop it. Because that's what I think a real man does. A real king, a real alpha male, is looking for the best interests of his people.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be a leader, you have to be a leadership by example, which is what the Marine Corps taught me and every other Marine. So when you're implementing that type of example, well, what's the character? Why is it people like you? Why do people want to be around your energy?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to give off, because I'm living for my eulogy, not my resume. I'm no longer
Ooh, I like
into,
that.
and I saw that on a TED Talks. That was the title: "Live for your eulogy, not your resume."
All right.
And that made sense to me. Of like, I respect minimum wage jobs. I've been there, done that. I've been a toilet plunger, and back home in Hawaii when I first was getting paid as a busboy at $4.25. Lucky if I made tips that night. That's I've been there, done that. 8 years in the Marine Corps. I feel entitled to feel confident in my abilities to be something bigger.
For sure.
And of course, everybody needs, unfortunately, money to live in this modern day world, and I want a lot of it, but I don't want it to take me from a credible life, a credible, cool, fun, respectful, thankful life that I get to experience of who I am.
Yeah.
Grant in this lifetime, or the only lifetime, I was given the white skin. I was given this brain. I was given this heart. I was given this body, this vessel. However anybody wants to look at life. So, not to digress.
You're half Peruvian too, though, aren't you?
My mother's from Peru.
Hey, don't forget that. He ain't just a whitey. I know he looks like it. He ain't as white as I am. He doesn't get the pass that I get. I get that pure white shit. You get away with anything.
And, that's just how the human race is formed, and everybody has their experience. I think if there was another chance to experience a life, maybe I'd ask to come back as a Jamaican man.
Jamaican man.
I think they got a cool culture.
Rastafari.
Cool people. Majority of them, they're fun-loving people. That's the way I see their culture. That's the way I see their race.
I gotcha.
And in the Marine Corps, they're two.
Yeah, they're rocking over there.
Nobody heard them.
That guy's hauling. That guy is fucking done with that construction job.
Right in front of his bosses, and that's what we're talking about. So
he's off to do meth.
My fair share of fights, and I wanted to learn to protect myself. And now that I have kids or people that I'm around, to the best of ability I've taken jiu-jitsu, and in the Marine Corps I used to. So growing up, back to that. Growing up, my friends were into wrestling. My younger brother was into wrestling. I played soccer. I've played sports, shadow boxing, spar with my friends, and just to keep with that mentality. And so, and then joining the Marine Corps and being on the grappling team. And
you're on the grappling team in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Just
for a little bit, brief moment that our commander at the time allowed. One of the Marines was really into all the UFC training and whatnot, so he wanted to make a grappling jiu-jitsu training camp.
That's sick.
So I got into that. I was all about it. I was on the Marine Corps grappling team for our unit, and then I was also taking Brazilian jiu-jitsu outside, and then I was playing soccer on an outside league for the Marine Corps, paddling for Dana Point Canoe Club.
Jesus.
And I used to train, and I let myself go. The lack of discipline in my eating habits, when shit starts to hurt, you turn to food as comfort.
Sure. I've seen pictures of you. I've seen you pretty jacked in pictures.
Just a little bit thinner at least. So.
Yeah. Well, you're a big dude, You're not
the
like
bone
me.
structure is right. I mean, 6 foot.
Yeah.
5'11".
Broad fucking shoulders.
That's a big inch difference. So the shoulders is nice to have that, and that's why I wonder if people actually feel threatened by me, which that's not cool. I don't like that.
I don't think
nobody should ever feel threatened by Callahan Welsh. There's no reason. I never know if somebody's having a bad day, and that's why I feel a real king, a real alpha male, a real badass motherfucker would want to help people that are less fortunate. As much as this life has hurt me a lot, at least I get to experience that as a human organism, and I'd like to help to the best of my ability others to not feel as much pain as I've gone through.
Right.
And that's that Superman mentality. Robin Williams had it, and a lot of quotes from him. And so if we could be the modern day messengers of making people laugh while making money and learning how to protect ourselves as far as fights, it's just that's the way the world is, I guess. And it's kind of sucks also. I feel like now that UFC is like the biggest sport in the world, everybody's walking around like they're a macho UFC fighter. And
everyone knows jiu-jitsu now.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows an armbar.
Everybody's a jiu-jitsu master, fucking UFC.
A lot of comics, too. A lot of comics are into it. I mean, I'm into it, too, but I'm like, easy, guys.
Well, there's
Fucking
training, but
down.
then a real jiu-jitsu practitioner, trainer, they never boast about it.
Yeah.
They never act wild about it.
Yeah, they're like, you want to roll? You fucking, let's
and
do it.
They
Let's
tell
do it.
their students, the credible places with the credible masters, you're supposed to be kind and courteous all the time.
Yeah.
But jiu-jitsu and any other kind of training, martial arts training, is meant to dilute the situation.
Yeah, it's emergency use only, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And that reminds me of also in the Marine Corps, it's required. They give you belts, martial arts belts. So it's called the MCMAP program, Marine Corps Mixed Martial Arts Program, MCMAP.
Nice.
And so it's mandatory that almost every Marine is trained in UFC basic hand-to-hand combat, a lot more so than what they used to. And we've always rolled around and whatnot, and I miss training. But right now, with how my back and my knee are, I'm not confident that I could do the training that is required right now, because I do want to get back in. I want to take care of my vessel to last 100 years.
Ooh.
I think that would be a cool amount of time to live on this earth. Granted, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I don't want a little walker or whatever. And I'm hoping at 37 I can still reverse a lot of this shit with proper eating. I think it was Socrates that said, "Let thy food be thy medicine," which means the intention of the creator of life put trees here and so-called vegetables to take care of the organs. And when you're eating that stuff and the organs are like, yes, I want this. That's why when I went back, I stopped eating back in March 1st for the coronavirus lockdown. I stopped eating fast food. That was the biggest change.
Back then, like 2019, were you eating a lot of fast food daily? Yeah.
Every day I'd leave, I had Carl's Jr. right across the street from where I live in North Hollywood.
For sure. I get it, man.
The convenience.
I've done that.
I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock. I just left Flappers. I didn't get up. I didn't get up here. Man, nobody loves me. Nobody cares for me. There's a lonely fucking road.
Yeah.
Apologies on the profanity. And
so give me more. Be more profane.
And but that was the biggest change, to just help my body. I could feel things were weird. I stopped eating fast food. I feel so much more energy and a lot less pain. But it's like the documentary called Vitality on Netflix. That changed my mind based off science. And if people are actually trying to help their bodies, then vegetables and fruits are kind of the way.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong there.
You can't.
Like, you're not going to, it's not going to be bad for you, and you're only going to do good.
The most basic animal in the world would understand that, okay, we've come to conclusion over the centuries and eons of humanity, vegetables and fruits are the primary source of energy for human beings. For human organisms. That's the type of organism we eat for our organism.
And cocaine. Get a little cocaine in there. You taking a tea? Gonna go try and create a romance over there?
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Why won't you women date me? No, not right now. I gotta focus on myself. I'm not interested.
I get you. You can't find a girl to date here. You're not gonna find a girl to date in LA, bro. You are not gonna find a girl to date. This is not. You're not gonna. So what are you switching up? You switched the diet up a little bit since then?
Just a little, just not eating fast food.
That's big.
That was the biggest thing.
That's big.
And
get back to do that training weight, man. Do you have a goal weight or anything, or just like in general want to feel good?
Just gotta look and feel good. Confident in my ability. Granted, it's gone through the head of like, will I still feel the same way about myself? That adds to the quality of my comedy.
Well, it can't hurt. It can't hurt, man. I can tell you look visibly better, man. Your face,
just
you really do.
Slightly,
you look a lot healthier.
Thank you very much.
No, I can tell. As soon as I saw you, I was like, oh shit.
I appreciate the compliment.
I wasn't expecting it, to tell you the truth. I thought you were gonna let yourself go. I really did. Fuck.
Yeah, no, and it's easy to do that, and that's why it's. I think if I think of myself as a pretty hardcore individual, then I will take the necessary needs for a full functional life. And if I could encourage that for my fellow comedians, because I'd like to grow old with you guys telling jokes and working with each other to grow in this lifetime. I mean,
I think we'll all do it.
Days are going by fast, man.
So your fighting days are behind you, hopefully.
Fighting days, yeah, well, I never, no. I mean, just coming back here, the first day I went to Walmart to go buy some totes, storage totes.
Yeah. Altercation already?
Yeah.
It's easy in this town. People,
everybody's hot-headed, probably because everybody's just like, it's not the same that it used to. My dilemma was, I was coming into Walmart, I turned right, I'm waiting for this little old lady to back out of her spot. I put my emergency lights on. Whether or not that was a good call or not, I just want to make sure people behind me didn't slam into me.
For sure.
So it brings attention in my eyes as safety.
Big vehicle, you know?
Yeah.
Let them know.
So the guy, he tries to pull around, And as the lady's backing out, he's starting to get blocked off, and I look and I see him, and I pull forward. I'm like, fuck no. So this guy puts his window down. I put my window down. He's like, "What's up, bitch?" I was like, "Dude, I'm waiting for her to back out.
What's
up,
the problem? Bitch? That's always the
him, and he's got his wife right there, a girlfriend, and then all of a sudden she's like, she puts her head down, like she doesn't want to deal with this, and my heart starts pounding, like, okay, is this guy got a gun? I'm going to think that most people are crazy right now, so this guy could have a weapon
easily.
And his windows are all tinted, so I'm gonna.
Where's this Walmart at? Is it up in Panorama City?
Burbank Empire.
Ooh, that okay.
Yeah.
I got my eyes checked at the other one over in Van Nuys the other day. That's where I go, baby. I go to the real dirty one.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting for this lady to pull out. He's like, well, I saw your emergency lights on, so I went around. I was like, but that doesn't mean you have to go around, man. I'm trying to let her get out and wait. And he's like, I do what I want, bitch. And I was like, is there really a need for name calling?
I do what I want, bitch.
So then the lady finally moves out, and he's now in her way. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, look who's stupid now. You know what I mean? So I cut in. I get the spot. And then she drives off. He pulls around, passes right by my truck. I'm looking at him through his tinted windows. And then he goes, and maybe about 4 or 5 cars over, he reverses and backs in. I get out of my vehicle. I go to the front. I look over at him. And then I just walk to the line.
Yeah.
And I put my hands in my pockets just to see if he would be that type of guy to come from behind and fucking try something stupid.
Yeah.
So, but I had my peripheral vision just waiting and listening. But by that time, there were already a couple other people that were lining up 6 feet apart. And that's another thing. Oh, my God.
Circling around to watch.
Well, no, the 6-foot rule.
Oh, yeah.
I can get maybe behind the idea that some people don't want to wear masks. Okay.
Get it.
But 6 feet, if they say that that's helpful in not catching the purified germs, the virus, I mean, at 6 feet is 6 feet. It's a simple courtesy gesture.
Fight during time of Corona.
Yes, dude.
I've been seeing that with baseball. There have been baseball fights lately at the games, and they're all, quarantined to even be able to have the games happening, and then they're getting in fights and brawls. It's like, what was the point of everything, you dumb motherfuckers? Whatever.
That's where the mantra is. Why is everybody got to be a UFC fighter instead of a deity?
Be a deity. Yeah, I take pride in the last few road rage altercations I've gotten in over the past few years. Okay. The person has said, "You want to fucking go?" And I very confidently said, "No! I do not want to fight. You're just an asshole." I said that. Some old guy wanted to fight me. Him and his wife. His wife was totally just not into it. He's like, "You want to fucking go?" I go, "No. No, sir. I'm not fighting you. You can leave, though. You're still an asshole."
For me, it's got to be a good reason.
Yeah. Well, because you don't want to be a fucking pushover, because that fucking just hurts your...
It hurts the ego and it hurts the brain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, over the parking stall,
yeah.
If this guy wanted to scrap over that, it just didn't make sense to me. Now, but a lot of people, would want to judge and say, that's being scared, taking the bigger road, being the bigger man. Well, that's that being scared part.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a problem with it because I still got out of my vehicle and I still went to go do what I got there to do.
Yeah.
And I looked over at him to see if he still wanted to do something, to let him know I'm not scared. I'm still here standing my ground.
Sure.
More times than not, I will wait until the person, of course, tries to attack or whatever the case, unless I know it's, just... You got to make a sound decision in the heat of the moment.
The best thing is just to avoid things.
That, if not, I mean, as far as submissions, I feel confident in my ability to hold people.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily have to ground and pound.
Yeah.
But I can.
But you don't want to be on top of him, and then all of a sudden his friend comes up and shoots you.
Yeah.
You never know. You never. What I find, I've had a lot of altercations with comics over the years. And it's never physical, but I have comics all the time over the years that have a problem with me. And if you approach them about it, they act like they're not gonna fight. No, none of these comics they're not gonna. But they they feel like you can feel their heart pumping. Like
Yeah.
if you're like, hey, bro, you got a problem with me?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what? I've got a fucking problem. It's like, no. We can use words. You want to use words? I'm not going to hurt you. We can use words, though.
Having that, no, I agree.
Have you ever had
Haven't-
that with comics?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing where
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't, if someone's being a jerk to you or trying to belittle you in the workplace, you got to at least approach. It's not something that you can be like, all right, I'm never going to see this. It's like, okay, I'm going to see you every week. What's up, dude?
Okay.
You know?
Okay. And I respect that.
And
I
90%
respect
of
it.
the time.
I know you and so and so have your guys' different views.
Who's
and-
that? I don't know. Whoever it is, I'm sure it's resolved.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you and Fonto.
Fonto? No, me and Fonto are like best friends. We totally went at it a year ago.
Oh, okay.
And we resolved it the next day.
Okay.
Friendship
Yeah,
better
alright.
than ever.
Alright.
And it was like that. I was like, dude, I'm not going to fight you. You're not going to fight me. We had a disagreement over words. Very simple, you know.
Good.
Being comics.
Because I always saw you guys as friends.
Oh, yeah, we're
and
friends, yeah.
Everybody loves Fonto. He's great. I feel he does attract that kind of mentality or whatever, but I don't know. I've always seen him as a funny dude and respectful dude, and
I love Fonto.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
got that
I love
alpha
him.
mentality, and he
Yeah,
does get
yeah.
that vibe like he's down to fight at any time. Yeah. But and I've had it with him. Me and Cooper Lyden had a little disagreement thing, and I approached him about it. I was like, dude, I feel like you have a problem with me, and it's totally squashed. Totally squashed. Aaron Marsh, I don't know if you know him. I had a deal with him years ago.
No.
We approach each other, totally squashed. You know. But it's
That's,
like you can't let it linger. You know, it's like it doesn't do anyone any good.
Right.
In
It's
comedy,
it's
especially.
unneeded.
No reason.
Negative energy.
And there's no competition here, bro. There's seriously.
There is and there isn't.
There is and there is, but it's like, dude, there is in the same way that I'm competing with Jennifer Aniston. It's like, you know, who am I competing with actually? Who am I actually competing with?
Yourself.
Yes,
That is
for
kind
sure.
of the big thing.
For sure. But I'm not like me and you go to all the open mics. I never
Yeah.
for once feel like if
Threatened
anything,
by me
if
or-
anything, I feel if you are getting more stage time, I think that's a good sign for me. Because I honestly do. When my friends start getting more stage time, I'm like, oh shit, I might be leveling up soon. Fuck. You know, that's the
Leveling
first thing I
up.
thought when Rishi and Fonto started getting spots at the Improv. I was
Okay.
like, dude, I might be getting closer. Fuck. Didn't happen. Oh well.
When it comes to me, I'm just I don't know. I think it's just focusing on working on yourself,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Well, it's part of that, and I think a lot of it is a resiliency to be yourself. Because you
resiliency.
do,
I like
because
that,
dude, with
yeah.
you especially,
resilience.
I've seen it a million times. You go
Yeah,
up
being
and
resilient.
you kill at the Improv, and then Rita goes, "Okay, well, I just want to see more of a normal set." And it's like, what? Oh, what? So you want to see a boring set? Like he can do that
a
too.
conventional.
But dude, there's some comics, and I don't know. I don't get it because I mean, some people that I even respect, but they'll talk about. Let's talk about Ryan. Ryan's a very like alternative type.
Yeah,
Of I think
yeah.
okay. I don't want to fucking toot his horn, but I think some of his shit is genius. Some
Yeah.
people watch Ryan go up, and they watch you go up, and they watch me go up, and they go, that. Give me a Trump joke, bitch. That.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And that's how
And-
do you win
yeah.
90% of the comics and strangers in the room that may not be comics? How do you win them over? And I don't know, for whatever reason, whatever I've stolen from Zach Galifianakis and plagiarized from all the rest of you,
Sure.
that's
Sure.
I've been able to mix it because I'm a byproduct of society.
Yeah,
What
we
I
all
see,
are.
I have to try and make my own.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've been told that some of my stuff is really not original, so I have to change.
That's
And
bullshit. That's
well,
such horse shit. That is such horse shit. Only change it
we'll
if
see.
you want. If you don't feel it.
We'll
That's what
see.
I feel. You know.
We'll see at what level does it take for people to start checking my credibility, you know?
Yeah.
And it's going to happen with anybody. Like, there's comedians on the internet that are going to try and cancel culture you, so that's what I'm telling everybody now. I've stolen jokes. I steal jokes. I'm not original. I
You
pretend I
do the
write.
jokes better than anyone else, though. I think that counts. Okay. I think Michael
Well,
Phelps
they-
invented swimming.
No.
Oh, he's doing the same lap everyone else does. Well, yeah, he did it
but
faster. So
it's
fuck
not
you.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Comedy's entertaining when you're talking about your struggles. And that's why I like
Fights.
that. Well, so that's why I'm gonna test. I'm gonna test myself and see if I can the next 6 months and let LA open back up for the comedy scene. I'm going to see if I can write good, credible comedy.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can send it into like Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
They have these, if your story is funny enough and they pick it and they edit it and publish it, they send you $100. And I see all the time with these Reader's Digest, all these different stories. I'm like, and they're all true. And these people make them funny. And it's like, if they can be a writer, that might not be like a big time credible credit for writing.
Yeah.
But to get one of your stories published in their book, I think would be a cool milestone.
Oh, fuck yeah. It'd be
or
a credit.
mini stone.
Yeah.
So,
all those things add to stage time, I feel. Or it's acting credit, writing credit. Those are really get you more stage time.
and that's what I want. If people are going to look and see if I'm credible enough, well, where's my credibility? Show me your jokes.
For sure.
And when I went to the panel at West Side Comedy Theater, and they have all the professional panels and Flappers Comedy Club, the comedy festival that's going on right now. The panel, like for late night shows, they ask you, like, a lot of times we'll ask comedians for their written material because some of the stuff they might not allow on air.
Okay.
So they have their editors in their NBC room, ABC room, whatever late night show room is, to edit your stuff. They will ask you if you're okay with it. Sometimes most comics are not because, hey, that's how I wrote it specifically for me to tell the joke that way.
Right.
You can't tell me as an artist that I cannot do it. Well, we're trying to get you booked on a late night show in front of 5 million people.
Yeah.
Do you want the airtime?
For sure.
You're gonna bend over and be like, all right.
And it feels good too. I bend over and it feels good. It does feel good. I like it, Hollywood.
So those are the choices. Now, will a true comic / true comedian bend to having somebody else rewrite their stuff, edit their stuff, or no, thank you, I'm going to stick true to my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and what's mine is mine? Those are things to think about for the future in the event that you go places.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt a bit when I moved out here. I had acted previously, but when I got here, I was starting stand-up, and I had such a respect for it that I didn't want to act because I had a fear that I was like, dude, what if I got a role on something?
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm telling people I'm a comedian, but I can't do comedy. So I was like, totally put it away.
And that's why you can't lie.
Yeah.
You got to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen, I've done the bad behaviors, and I just, what's not right. It's not right because good normal people, I'd imagine, don't want to have that kind of energy and that life experience.
Yeah.
If we're taught to do good based on social standards, then I would imagine you're going to choose to do the right thing always. So, which goes back to, again, not to digress, to finish up, whatever beef with comedians, having animosity amongst each other, I think is a terrible thing, especially in this mindset. For all the laughter that's happening, and almost every comedian has said this, for so much laughter, there's a lot of anger and narcissism and ego and jealousy.
Yeah.
And
big time. Even amongst friends, too.
Even as friends.
Yeah, actually, probably more amongst friends.
Yes.
Because those are the people you're close with, and then when they make it, you're like, oh.
Well, then it'll be a testament to see where your true friendship lies.
Yeah.
Me, I'm okay with letting some stuff go because I actually truly care for the individual.
For sure.
I actually love the individual. I want to be around them.
Yeah.
And nothing to gain anything from it other than sharing an experience of who this individual is in this lifetime.
There's a little me that's happy about the possible gain for me when my friends make it. Well, I always
said, you're an evil bitch, and I don't want to deal with you anymore.
I was like, if my friends get something, I'm going to be happy no matter what. And I always thought I would have to fake it a little, and I haven't. I've legitimately been like nothing but happy for them, but I think it's partly because I'm just thinking about how I could benefit. I'm like, fuck, bro, this is going to work out for me. Rishi's getting on fucking movie. Rishi's in a movie with Chris Kattan, man.
So,
I'm like, fuck, I'm not far.
Would you want to ride your friend's coattail, or would you want to build your own empire?
Well, I want to build my own, but I don't care however I have to enter into it. I'm trying to get my own TV shows made and shit right now.
I respect the shit out of that.
Big time, and I'm pushing it hard. But
that's a big ambition.
Yeah.
And it's attainable.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think I can do it. It's really hard, but I think the best entrance way is if I book something good through acting, get a little credit.
Yeah.
And same with stand-up, dude. Like I said, I was like hardcore on stand-up, and I tried doing it the right way. Go to more mics than anyone, go to shows, get on shows. And then I started seeing people that sucked at comedy getting all the stage time from acting, and I was like, well, I'm just going to backdoor it in anyways, then fuck you guys. And honestly, that's where my mentality's been. I was like, I'm still going to put all the work in, and as soon as the credits work up, I'll just walk on stage, bitch, I don't know if that's going to work because it didn't, but it's my good goddamn plan.
And that's kind of the plan I also thought. I don't think I'm funny enough to do the writing stuff to get booked. But I figured maybe an acting gig would help me with a credit.
For sure.
To also get on stage. Because a lot of these actors, they're just naturally funny, which is cool, and they get the opportunity to be a walk-on the stage.
Bitch, we have agents.
We
have agent. Me and him. DDO repped.
Right. Okay.
Commercial department. Theatrical. We are. Comics don't have agents. They're a bunch of fucking losers, man. They're not. I come here, dude, every Monday when there's hundreds of them.
They're not losers. They're not losers.
A lot of them are losers. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the ones that just come here on Monday and they're strutting around and I'm like, what do you do? What do you do, motherfucker?
That's not our responsibility to know what they do.
Yeah.
But I can see in hindsight that,
But here's the thing I love comedy and I love open mic comedy.
Yeah.
Like I truly never want to stop. I kind of think it's almost its purest at open mic level.
Okay.
And I watch skateboarding a lot, dude, around the city. Dude, I love watching skateboarding. And I had this realization the other day because how many famous skateboarders do you know? I mean, I know there are some that make it pro. Okay, you're from Hawaii. You know a bunch of fucking... Okay, whatever. However, I just thought, like, us as comics, we're going around to just these mics. Yep. And we all think, like, oh, this Jerry Seinfeld shit will just open up if I get funny enough.
Yeah.
But the truth is, we're all a bunch of just, like, skateboarders around L.A. just doing flip tricks for no one, really.
Okay.
And no one's ever going to notice.
No, you're right.
And you can find it, but, like, the best way...
That's exactly what's happening.
But the best way for a skateboarder around here to actually get to the X Games, fucking make a kick-ass TikTok video.
Yeah. Compilation.
They really would.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I love the purity. I love the art. I love doing it for nothing, It is the best.
That's right. This stuff is hard. So to be a hardcore...
We're really famous. Super famous.
Or more like wah, 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 wah. And so...
They looked, okay? They wanted to do the second look to make sure I wasn't Jake Paul trying to fucking rebuild my career, okay?
Don't use him as a doppelganger.
Nah. I'd go with Logan. Anyways.
But as far as scrapping and whatnot, I respect it in the UFC. If you got beef with somebody, that would be a place to go. Or, I mean, they have all these little knockoff third-party fighting things like bare knuckle boxing champion.
Bare knuckle fighting
championships. I was like,
championships.
all right, you know what? Maybe one time I'll go and try this.
Oh, you still have the edge. A little bit? In a competitive. Yeah.
But scrapping out here, you never know if somebody's fucking... No. Do they know how to throw hands?
Or what you're going to do to them, dude.
And that's why I don't... Yeah. If I'm confident in my ability with putting the guy down...
Yeah.
Is it worth him? Can he afford the doctor's bill?
Exactly.
Am I powerful enough to know that maybe...
Gonna get sued.
Sued, man.
Gonna get sued. Yeah,
Police
lawsuits.
Getting
No
arrested.
bueno.
I have a lot to lose.
Yeah. You recognize that as you get older. In your early 20s, I don't know. I think a lot of guys I've talked to, like, they go to bars and they want to get into fights and shit.
I know. That's dumb.
Like,
that is dumb as shit because a lot of those guys end up in the hospital.
Yeah. Ugh.
And then they think, then they think, oh, fuck, I can't be doing that.
For sure.
I would say at least 8 out of 10 idiots that go and drink.
Yeah.
And
I did that in college. I ended up in the hospital. For sure. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, had a little scrap on the way
Let
home.
us know. Was it worth it?
It was zero.
Yep.
Zero. I had to call the hospital and beg to them. I had to say, please don't make me pay this. I have no money. I'm a student. What up, Mike Schmidt? Right on. What'd he say?
So
What's
he doesn't
up?
care if you're not famous.
No.
And even then, I don't think he cares.
I remember Mike Schmidt. I can't believe he's still alive.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was still alive.
No, as far as having to squash shit with anybody in the comedy scene,
Yeah.
I really, if they've rubbed me the wrong way, not because they're a complete dick to me, but I see how they're trying to weasel the system,
Yeah.
that I just don't want to associate my energy with that individual.
Right.
And one that I really cared about and, thought he was good to go. His material, you see a different side after you kind of know somebody after a while. So
He had some heat with somebody, huh?
not he, just I respected them.
Yeah.
I appreciated them, loved them as a friend, and whatever the dilemma was, I just felt it wasn't worth my time.
Was this a San Diego incident you told me about? The
No.
competition?
No, that's
You told me about a thing where guys stealing your
Mike
shit.
Bentley. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it. Well, he did
Because
it
you told me
again,
you were heated. You thought
and-
you might come to blows.
Oh yeah, no, I put on there that he's lucky he didn't catch a slap from me, and he was
Get your
lucky.
fade,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
But what are you to do in that situation when a dear friend uses your joke in front of
Intellectual
you
property.
on a competition on the same comedy show? I can imagine, regular comedy show maybe fucking around, but he used it during the competition,
Yeah.
and I only knew him a handful of times, and he came up to me and told me, man, that one joke you did, that was the irony was that was the joke that established him to come up and say, dude, you had me rolling on that joke.
Yeah.
And he used it. So yeah, and then I've noticed on San Diego Open Mic they've posted again about him plagiarizing jokes, and then again
Ooh.
of using my direct joke. And
How is that fun for a guy to do, I would just not enjoy doing
there are people that don't have the respect of the growing into this marathon, and I think I'm coming to terms with it's going to be a long ride for me. This has to be somewhat of a lifestyle for me to learn how to write reflected on my life, so nobody can plagiarize my life.
Mhm.
My life experience growing up in Hawaii. How many other than Chino and Willie?
Yeah, and even yours is pretty different because you're a whitey.
Yeah. I was a
well,
Haole.
Willie too. Yeah,
I was
Willie.
a Haole that was picked on from Maui.
Yeah.
The Haole from Maui.
The Haole from Maui.
And so growing up, I had to learn how to scrap.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to protect myself. Joined the Marine Corps to kind of put that extra edge in the event I had to. Even when I got here January 2017 for acting school at New York Film Academy, I wanted to go try it out. I never considered myself an actor. I don't claim to be an actor.
Yeah.
I'll put it if the school or the place requires me to put that label, that title, but I don't go around boasting it. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to show off like that.
It's okay to, though. It's okay to.
If you have the credibility. I still don't have any credibility, so I'm not going to do that.
I remember a time when I wanted to go back into acting while I was here, and I consciously told myself, and same with filmmaking, when I really wanted to start, I was like, tell people that you do that. Don't be shy, especially not in LA. If you have the ability, and you fucking do, you have a way better agent than 90% of the open micers you will ever come across, flat out.
Yeah,
you do, and
I'm
I
very
do.
thankful for that. Yeah,
and
DDO.
it's not for no reason. So you're a fucking actor. But honestly, especially here, that's the biggest problem that comics have is being shy. You know?
Yeah.
I consciously told myself a year ago, I was like, tell people you're the shit.
Yeah. And that's why
Yeah.
I respect when people are so narcissistic. I tell them I respect that level.
Yeah.
Because we all have to.
Because you got to, yeah.
And those are what they're called the dream. And the guys we look up to, like Chris Rock and Jerry and all these guys, they'd say, Kevin Hart, he says, if you have a dream, go and chase. All of them still say, as crazy as it sounds, if you have a dream, go live that dream.
Yeah. And they all do it differently. Kevin Hart is,
they had a
they all
dream.
do stand-up, but they all do what they want. Like, I don't know,
Well, yeah,
Kevin Hart
'cause they're
puts out a bunch of
established.
specials. Jerry doesn't put out a ton of specials. He doesn't, you know. Jerry did one sitcom. Kevin Hart does a bunch of movies, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
however you want to attack it, you know.
Yeah.
I always feel the better you are at stand-up, the harder it's going to be to make money at stand-up. I really feel like the more interesting and unique and better you are, the harder it's going to be, bro.
Well, because we're competing at our level. We're competing with guys like Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams, yeah.
Harlan
That's a good one.
Williams.
Judd Apatow. We're both better comics than Judd
Anthony
Apatow,
Jeselnik.
though.
Like, really? Any one of these guys will bump me off the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to you, Fonto, Rishi, and all the rest of it,
Hey, you're right, though. You got to feel that way.
narcissism, that ego.
Well,
But,
it's funny because there's times where we're at the Improv, Rishi or you or Fonto, you guys go kill. You guys go kill. And I have to tell myself, I'm like, you can fucking do that too, bro. And I know I can, and I have it moments, but it's
Yes.
scary because when you see one of your
Yes.
friends do it, it
Yeah.
makes you like, oh shit, can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're about to go on stage, it feels like when you're about to get in a fight. You know, you're like, how's this gonna go?
Pressure
Like
is
you're
on.
like, I have all
heart
the
starts
confidence.
pumping. Yes, it's public speaking still, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of comedians try to be like, oh well, I've done this, I've done that, I've done college, I've taught,
Yeah.
I've done public speaking. Then why are you still nervous up there when you see it? And a lot of people are just blind to that, and that's fine. I respect
Mhm.
it. That's one of the behaviors of public speaking, where you kind of just lose yourself. Bobby Lee was talking about on one of his podcasts. I didn't believe him, but it took the 6 years of me experiencing this to be like, oh, now I remember. The first 2 times I was up there, first 2 months I was up there, I was still shaking.
Yeah.
My left leg was just uncontrollable, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
For sure.
The blood is rushing through.
For sure. There were sets I had last year that felt like that. They just did. I mean, I remember the sets at the beginning, even your good sets, they all feel like that.
Okay.
Like, especially
okay.
your good sets in front of a crowd, your first couple years in,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it never stops, especially at the Improv when it's packed in comics.
Yo.
You know?
Sunday nights and Tuesday afternoons. That
Yeah.
overall now there and Flappers
Yeah.
Fridays and Saturday nights.
I did have fun.
Those were the places where I could earn the credibility amongst you guys.
Yeah.
And if I'm a true comics comic, then I can make you guys laugh because there's nobody else in there. And
You
that
make
was
all
the
the real
challenge.
people laugh, dude. You made all those real people laugh in Thousand Oaks, motherfucker.
I didn't hear any of them laughing.
Jeez.
I heard you and Rishi, because you guys know me, acting a fool in front of these strangers.
No, man. No, it was funny because you were going back and forth between making the comics laugh and making the real people laugh. And I could see that. I go, dude, he's a real worker. Me and Richie, we talk in wrestling terms, like pro wrestling terms. And dude, you go up there, I go, man, he's always working. He's always working.
You gotta.
And when I thought I got stood up here for this podcast, I was like, man, you're a real worker. Because I knew because I knew you were trying to troll the comics. You told everyone there was an open mic.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I know he did that, but he did tell me he was going to be here. So I think I was like, respect the game, bro. I respect the game.
Yeah, no. So what happened was I left on time, and then a little bit of traffic, of course. But I had to go drop off some of the stuff because I'm leaving. I wanted to see if you want some of the stuff. I stopped to give to Dan. Dan finally got a place. And
I don't know Dan Green. I don't know
Oh,
this guy.
okay, Australian guy, really tall. He was since I
Australia.
think November last year. He's been putting in time and working, and it's really cool to see him.
Oh, I do know
become-
Dan Green. Laugh Factory guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Laugh
okay.
Factory,
Yes,
yeah.
I do. Met him
The doorman for Laugh
a few
Factory.
times. Met a few times. I remember now.
He
He's Australia.
Yeah.
He's Australia. Australia. Ah.
And so he finally got a place. So I figured I'd just, instead of trying to sell or take back some of that stuff with the shipping company that
Yeah.
I had to deal with today. Oh my God.
Fuck that, dude. That's why I don't want to move out. I just don't want to go through the hassle.
Oh my God, dude.
Ugh.
Again,
And then maybe come back, and it's like
they better be credible enough to get my stuff broken free over there.
Right.
Because I'm already like a white Karen lady. I'm ready to get my money back.
I get you. I get
Call
you.
them my credit card bank company and be like, look, these guys did this, this, and this. That is not within their company policy. I
Right.
feel I've been taken advantage of. Plus, they got 3 alias names. They're called Cardinal Transportation, to and from Hawaii. But that was bought out by Moving City, which is the primary company. And then their pickup and delivery people their shirts say Happy Move. So when you click on the email's Facebook page, it says Happy Move. HappyMove.com.
And it's all intentional, too. They're laundering money. They're laundering money. Trust me, they're laundering money.
They probably could.
I watch
mean,
Breaking Bad.
transportation to
I
and
watch
from
Ozark.
overseas.
I know. They're doing it. Everyone's doing it.
So I ended up having to help them. Like the guy asked me, hey, they sent 2 guys to help me move my stuff.
Like, do I get paid for this, too? Do I just pay me?
I was like, I'll tip myself.
Yeah.
Because I was going to tip these guys, they're doing the work, but like.
Not if you're helping.
And they're going, the policy, it was a mess. So I gotta write it out. I definitely got to do a review because I feel entitled to put my little bitch moan and complaint on there.
No problem.
So that others are aware that, hey, this company, I don't think they're credible. They talked a lot, and now my important shit that pertains to my life and my kids' lives, all that stuff has to make it to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Broken free, and if not, I'm trying to see if I can get my money back. That shit hurts. You think they're a professional company? They have a professional website. And they don't have professional workers.
This podcast is actually brought to you by Happy Movers. They're our first sponsor.
City Moving.
Yeah.
And
this has been a 3-minute ad to not use them anymore. This is just a public service announcement. Those are the ads we do on the show.
Do not use Cardinal Moving, City Moving, or Happy Moving companies.
Or condoms. Don't use
go.
those either.
Maybe saran wrap.
Hey.
Any other questions that trigger you about
I think
fighting?
I think there's one last fight. How old were you the last time you got in a fight? This is good.
Long time.
Over 10 years?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. A lot of face-to-face.
Yeah, altercations.
Altercations and animosity.
Early 20s, you get any actual scraps, though? Any of the old-fashioned, like you and your Marines at a bar, you come across some boys, you got to fucking put in line?
No, because I was already mature for my age. So I was always the guy that like had to squash the shit.
That's good. So was it high school, pretty much?
Yeah, high school.
Hawaii.
High school, and then so before I joined the Marines, I went to Peru.
Fuck yeah.
I went with my cousin.
That's cool.
We went to with our other cousins that live there and from there, took us to this bar restaurant, maybe an hour and a half up north of Peru. Looked like one of these ghetto areas, low income, not ghetto. Well, you got to be there. So
you got to be there. It's probably ghetto.
We went. We were having dinner, and towards the end of the night, as we were finishing up, one of the wait staff stole my cousin's purse. So the boyfriend is like, hey, the purse was just here. Your busser or staff member just walked by, and it's no longer here now. When they're cleaning the table up, I guess there was a swift little grab of the purse, of my cousin's purse.
Take it from these gringos.
So that's the thing. Myself and my other cousin are white. My other cousin and I. We have white skin. My cousin's from Peru, a lot darker skin.
Do you think they saw the white skin? They're like, this group is vulnerable.
Probably.
Honestly.
Probably. Honestly. And that's the mentality that
Good on
some
them.
of these places live. That you're a tourist, let's take advantage of you.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about that. My buddy Kenny Lyon hangs around LA all night, and sometimes I want to go out with him, but I'm like, I think if I go, we're going to get robbed.
Kenny Lyon?
Yeah. My boy. I love Kenny.
I respect the dude. I know he's got his...
He's wild. He's wild.
Yeah. But so they stole the thing. My cousin's boyfriend ended up like flipping over the table, and then all their staff members came over and started punching on us, and we started punching back. And then I hear what's knife in Spanish?
Knife.
Cuchillo, I think. Cuchillo or kitchen utensil.
Holy
Cuchillo,
shit.
cuchillo. And so we backed off. And I think one of their staff members had a knife, and I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. So after we had a couple punches here and there, I grabbed the guy's shirt like most.
Wait,
people
did you
do.
tell him to drop the
And,
knife?
no, we just took off. I just took off running. And me and my family just got the fuck out of there. He had the knife. I mean, the restaurant was smashed to shit in that little area, but
Landed a couple of that Korean martial arts strikes on it real
no,
quick.
no, fuck that. This is like
You're on the
fucking
Marine shit
bam,
now.
Bam. I'd say I have precision. I mean, I've trained.
Yeah.
So I have the mentality of what it would take, and especially if I got back into it,
Yeah.
I could be a lot more confident in my ability to protect myself if I have to.
Yeah.
If I'm out, again, 9 times out of 10, I'll take the bitch road because it's just not worth it. But every so often, if it's worthy of the protection or the ego, then I've always stood my ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in Hawaii with all the big local guys.
Well,
Like,
especially when you're there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
I mean,
live
I'm not
there.
gonna live. I'm not gonna live in fear,
Right.
and I don't have to anymore. And but you just never know what other people are gonna use to take advantage. And if I look like people, I've been told that especially with my long hair, people were threatened by me. Like they thought I might be mentally ill, mentally imbalanced, and if I give off that impression, it's not really what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go for, I guess, love and compassion and good times. I think I'd rather live this life with good times than negative times. But it's always going to be there. Again, first day I come back to LA, I almost get into it with this guy.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
First time I went back home to Hawaii. As soon as the coronavirus,
Y'all getting a fight then too?
this one guy in the line,
Yeah.
he doesn't have his mask on.
Right.
He's got his little son, and
Little
as-
bitch
as
son.
there- as we're walking up to the line at Home Depot, my brother and I were walking. Him and his son.
He's got corona. It's okay. He's got the antibodies though. It's Rona and the antibodies. Don't worry, we have it all. Everything's fine. Just rub it all over your tit. Fuck yeah. Good. There we go.
Anybody else that talks into this afterward, best of luck.
You're the first one to ever use that mic ever. And you're using it on your titty. Good. I love it.
So this dad and his son are walking up the same time we are. They get there first. They're in front. We're standing behind. The dad doesn't have his mask on. All like 12 to 13 other people in front of him had their mask on. My brother and I have our mask on. Then people that came up behind, they have their mask on. He's the only one. Then he starts vaping. And out of all the places the vape could have gone in the air, comes straight into my face. I'm like, fuck, that's shitty. Then he starts like trying to act like he's all tough, throwing punches with his son and hooks and stuff, like he's a box trainer or whatever.
Shadow boxing with his
Shadow
kid
boxer with his kid.
in front of people.
And then, and so it's time to take a step forward. He's not moving. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of like, hey man, move on, in pigeon. Oh, and he looks back and he's just like, whatever. Then he slowly starts walking like he's Tupac to the next spot. As my brother and I move up, my brother has Tourette syndrome.
Nice.
He has to hold on to time out, go away. No.
What's up, man?
Time out. I'm in the middle of a sex session.
We're boning. We're boning right here.
Yeah. So, Rube, what's up, man? Good. No, don't touch me. No, I'm infected. I love you, but
He was just sneezing like crazy. Your name's Lupe?
no, Urube.
Orube? I'm Jordan. Yeah. Nice to meet you. What's up, dude? Heck yeah.
Yeah, he wanted me on his podcast.
Podcasting.
It's
all good.
Yeah, no. I was fucking with you on that, but yeah, we're doing that, so it's that's why I came early. But no, good to see you, dude. Fucking hey, I've been missing all of you. I've been watching your guys' stuff. Don't worry, I might not follow, and that shouldn't mean I'm not a friend still, because we're friends on Facebook, right? Why do I have to follow you on another social media and another and another? Well, no, then I'm no best friend.
You a comic? Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what's up, man?
He's been training under my regime at Haha Comedy Club for the
Oh,
last
the haha.
year now, or a little less than a year. Yeah, man. How does it feel?
It feels short. I feel really short. To be honest, after doing a year and a half, I'm like, damn, where did the time go?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I see you going out to those pop-up open mics, and that's the work, that's the grind, that's the grit.
Man.
That's good shit, man.
I'm addicted to comedy, bro. I'm like a crackhead.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it is.
And that's why, man, and that's why real alpha males, real kings, real hardcore motherfuckers are going to want to encourage people to keep going, not at the expense of health, but, to keep, if you can make it out to a pop-up open mic, that one that Katya
Gotta train.
did, that was cool.
Gotta train, baby.
Because, it just brings the camaraderie amongst us back up. And granted, it's only us most of the time at an open mic. That's why we have to support each other. And it falls back on what we were saying about, like, spite and jealousy amongst other people and, like, why can't I do that? I feel the same way we all. It's natural to feel that way. But when you truly like and or love somebody for what they have to give and their energy, those are the individuals that you're going to want to uplift, and those are the individuals that more times than not will turn around and extend a hand out to try and help or give some kind of advice. And I think comedy has that, because even at the most narcissistic Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock era, I went to see Jerry Seinfeld in Greensboro, North Carolina, and he comes out and he says, first thing, he's like, I got $850 million in the bank. There's no reason for me to be here. I could be anywhere else, literally. But I'm here because I enjoy making you guys laugh. And that's when I was like, that's a real comic. That's a real comedian. That's a real king. That's a real alpha male. He's willing to still, even after his special that he claimed, it was called I'm Telling You for the Last Time.
Yeah.
And then he was going to be done. Now he's done like 2 new Netflix specials.
Fuck.
Since then.
Yeah, he likes
Because
doing it.
He loves trying to figure out. He's a mastermind scientist at the American literature of breaking down and establishing a premise, a setup, a punchline, or something to that matter that triggers him and his brain to be like, I got to go talk about this on stage and get that euphoric reaction we call laughter, which is a powerful emotion that we get to experience in this short lifetime. So like he said, 8 months went by fast. Wait till your 5-year mark, and you'll be like, now I get it. And you look back to look forward. I think that's what we all learn. You guys know this.
I look back a lot of my old videos, how stale I was. Like, I was just, like, standing there looking on the floor, not really paying attention to the crowd, just nervous as hell. I seen how now my comedy is just how I'm going to structure it now.
Yes.
How I'm going to play the character up on stage.
You see, and that's what I like about seeing comedians grow. They start to learn these things you cannot be told. You have to learn it. It's some kind of mechanics that pops in the head, and that's the cool thing about growth. Jordan, get over here a little bit more.
All right.
Oh, you can't.
I can't. I'm here.
Okay, never mind.
Well, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap up the
Okay,
cast so we
yeah,
can smoke
so-
down. I think what we've learned here is that you shouldn't fight unless you're going to fight a
Fighting's
comedian.
unnecessary unless you have to protect yourself.
Unless you want to fight a comedian, that's fine, because you're probably going to be okay. And you can probably get rid of the body. They don't have a lot of family. They got a lot of
Hacky.
friends. It's easy
Easy.
to bury a
What's
comedian
funny?
in the desert and get rid of the body. Well, thanks, Callahan, for doing this. You're the best. I had to get you because, honestly, I was afraid I might never see you again. But I'm confident you're coming back.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
He wants to suck it. Keep doing it. Okay? Batman's not gonna figure this shit out. Fuck it. Suck it, baby. Suck it. Suck it, Desert. Suck it, bitch. Suck it. Shook it. Kobe weather. Huh? That's good. I've been having fun with that all week to myself. Whew. Waiting to lay it on you. There'll be another one. Oh, this is up. Oh man, I got this girl I keep walking around with.